Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a good week. Good post this past week. And congratulations, Jessica, finally getting the snow cone stand ready to go. Hope you guys do really well. I'm not even here right now. Recorded this a few days early. I'm off in St. Louis at the moment with our youth group. We're at Dare to Share, having a good time. I should have some video and stuff of that for next week, so be on the lookout for that. Maybe I can get a few testimonials from some of the kids, just see how they liked it and what they thought about it. Going on in news in my life, things have been going well. It was nice and warm, and then this weekend has turned out to be cold and kind of snowy and rainy, and but oh well, we'll get over it. I just recently finished up this series on love, sexuality, and relationships. I think it turned out pretty well. I think it went a way that they weren't expecting. It's just some of the things that I used and talked about. But I ended up the last part of it after I talked about relationships, about keeping that friendship going in the relationship, and not just conforming to the world or just being what our culture says a couple needs to be. You know, we have to be so affectionate and so forth. But just really just enjoying that friendship that you still have with them. You know, a lot of these kids, I mean, they're young. They really don't need to be already settling when they're 13 or 14 years old, you know? And so these are some of the things I wanted to get across to them. And so I think some of them at least got it, I hope. One thing I want to talk about, this was posted a couple weeks ago. About the same time I kind of did the small report about the kid jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. This is about a pastor down in Texas who got mad at his congregation because they wouldn't turn over their tax returns, or their income tax refunds. And he got upset, and so he decided not to serve communion. He wanted them to hand over their refunds just so they could pay for the parking lot, I guess, that they decided to build, or maybe he did. But apparently he flipped out and refused to serve communion. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I find that really shady, and I find that really despicable and wrong. That shouldn't be something that you punish somebody with, saying you can no longer, you know, we're not going to serve communion, we're not going to celebrate that. I mean, makes you wonder, do you understand what communion's about? You know, if you understand what the Eucharist is and why we do it. And it's not a reward and punishment thing for people, but it's something that's part of worship that, you know, we should be doing often when we gather together. And I just find it really despicable that a pastor would use that as a punishment because people wouldn't give their money over. There's one thing I've learned: you can't make people give you anything. You know, it's just up to them and what they have and if they have it. You know, the last couple of years haven't been really good on the economy, so some of these people are probably needing this money to help them get ahead on things, because a lot of people are falling behind. And if anything, he should have just left it alone. You know, if you have something you can spare, then do it. But you should have just been, if you feel like, it could have been more like, if you want to donate the whole thing, then awesome. If you got something you can spare to help us, okay. But the way the way the story comes out and the way he talks, it just seems really, really shady, and it really bugged me. I like to talk about Rob Bell's book, but I'm going to hold off on that until I pick it up. Hopefully I can pick it up when I'm up in St. Louis. And just see what's going on. I've read a lot of reviews. I've actually posted one I thought was really fair. Look at both the good and the bad, not just picking out all the things that everybody's in an uproar about. And it was a very lengthy, if you guys saw it, it was a very long review. About 20 pages, actually. I think the guy basically wrote his own book. Anyway, guys, I gotta get going, because I'm out. Semper Fido.